Whatever you thought you knew about Robin Hood, it was a previously understandable mistake.
Robin Longstride, also known as Robin of the Hood.
I want to do a fresh version of Robin Hood where you revitalise every part of the story.
I think I have much to tell you about history, about your history.
He's definitely based with a fundamental notion of fairness. And when fair is not being displayed, then his reaction would be to step in.
For the crimes of incitement to cause unrest, I declare him to be an outlaw!
I think the idea of Robin Hood is so tied up historically. Was he real? I believe he was real. There was somebody who existed who ignited the flame to this idea, this myth.
We understand, by telling this story in this big scope, how Robin Hood came to be.
We find our Robin is as an archer in the ranks of King Richard's army. And he's been on crusade, he's been to Palestine, and now they're on the way back home.
I need a position here! Position! Quickly!
Once King Richard is killed and the army is in disarray, he just is like, we're going to England and I don't care how we get there.
That crown could be our passage home.
Feet, you smiled upon us at last.
Aye? And I, for one, shall not turn my back on her.
When he gets back to England, he's a little surprised that this seems to be the most oppressive place, this place where he knows he was born.
You... I don't know you. John was maligned as a very bad king, but I think he had a really unfair shake. You know, he was the youngest out of all the brothers. He was never meant to be king.
Mother, please, have you no decency? I happen to be in a condition that no mother should see her son in.
King John existed, and King John was the unfortunate younger brother of Richard, and unfortunate in that he inherited a bankrupt kingdom.
King Richard's campaigns were costly.
What is that to me? My brother's troubles are over!
He also, I believe, has a bit of a manic quality to him, where he believes that he's right, and he has these illusions of grandeur, that he, through his sheer will and intellect, can make England great.
The crown is owed money at home. The northern barons plead poverty, but that's always been the song of rich men. So what's to be done?
I'll have the merchants and landowners fill your coffers, or their coffins.
Every good morality tale has a good guy and a bad guy, and essentially Godfrey's job in this, in broad strokes, is to be Robin's nemesis.
I found him, my lord. Where? Nottingham. Then we go to Nottingham. Take no prisoners, leave no stone unscorched.
Whenever the powers that be get out of control, man will rise up and look after the common people.
That's something that we need to do.
We're common archers, Robin.
For whatever reason, especially in English history, it's been an outlaw.
Your next move will be your last.
I demand to know who you are!
We are men of the hood. Merry now at your expense.
There is an enigmatic quality, I think, to Robin Hood. What makes him tick? Why does he decide to help people who are downtrodden?
Name? Locksley. Christian name? Marion.
Ridley has created and set up a world where all the men have gone to war, and she has become sort of the lady of the manor, so to speak. In her own small way, fighting for the rights of the villagers who she presides over has become an important part of her role.
She's very much an integral part of the story. We find a woman who's entirely independent, who's been running an estate of some size for the last 10 years.
Well, are you coming or not?
Ask me nicely.
Don't be ridiculous.
Robin and Marion don't get on at all when they first meet.
I sleep with a dagger. If you so much as move to touch me, I will sever your manhood.
Thanks for the warning.
I think that's what's quite sweet about it, is that through circumstance they're brought together. She sort of sets these series of tests that Robin continually passes.
cometh the hour, cometh the man. The time for pretense is over.
His quest becomes, I've got to get back to the place I was born in. Along the way, that quest solidifies.
Rise and rise again, until lambs become lions.
What does it mean?
It means never give up.
He realizes that fate has overtaken him, and he has enjoined in something much larger than he thought it was.
Will and Ellen, get on the rooftops and pick your targets.
The laws of this land enslave people to its king. A king who demands loyalty but offers nothing in return.
You start to see the real transition of people saying, wait a second, we don't have to be ruled over this way.
They march against their king.
Forgotten men are dangerous men.
We are free men, and we have to be able to live and work off the land, and we can't be taxed like this. We can't be extorted. And these are all ideas that really started coming to a head at this time.
Empower every man, and you will gain strength.
He really was a crusader for the people, a fighter for the people, a representative of the people.
I think that's a universal connection that everybody makes to Robin Hood. The fact that there's somebody out there that cares enough to try and redress the balance. You've got some very talented actors in this cast who are just relishing the opportunity to play these iconographic characters.
Robin Longstride, also known as Robin of the Hood.
It's dealing with really rich archetypes. They're not slight characters. And I think that there's a real relish in watching those archetypes being